How you doing? Welcome here to the weekend preview for Los Alamitos Racecourse. It is the weekend of Saturday, July 9th and Sunday, July 10th. And pleased to be joined with Mike Corona, the voice of Los Alamitos. Michael, well, that was a nice winner last weekend there. Lisbon Crystal.
Yes. Last Saturday night, the horse won well. He kicked right away, won by a clear margin. It was a pretty easy watch, as a matter of fact. So, pleased to get that one home.
I'm coming to you from an undisclosed location on a special assignment, but I'm still joining you. I couldn't step away from the previous show, Michael, because we got a very good group of trials for Saturday night. And in those trials, actually, it's an all-quarter horse program, 8 races, but the last 5 are going to be trials, right? Yeah, the last 5 are going to be trials for the future.
Yes, exactly. All 8 races Saturday night are down the straightaway, and races 4 through 8 are the Governor's Cup Futurity Trials, and there's some very talented 2-year-olds signed up.
And I've got the PPs here to show you. Race number 7 is the race we're going to focus on with you here tonight on this preview. Race number 7, all trials are 350 yards. These are for the California breds. 2-year-olds, the fastest 10 times of the night will advance to that final of the Governor's Cup Futurity. And in this race number 7, we've got 8 horses lining up here, Michael. And I feel like we got a horse that you like towards the middle part of the gate.
Exactly. Number 5, Future Version, jumped straight onto my watch list after a very troubled debut on April 30 when he had gate 2. He was slammed back to last. The horse drawn next to him, the number 3 horse, was disqualified for interference. And ultimately, Future Version was promoted from 6th to 5th. So he finished off the board, but the gallop out was monstrous. And that's what really impressed me. That race, by the way, was won by Anti-Tempting, who subsequently finished 2nd in the Ed Burke Futurity. But the horse had no chance. He was eliminated at the start. Then we go to the Ed Burke Futurity Trial night on May 29. And you'll remember, Jose, my theory about the inside portion of the track that night, with Party Politics being the only horse to make the final who qualified finishing along the inside section. Well, this horse, Future Version, in his trial had gate number 1 and again had terrible trouble at the start and didn't get a chance to show what he could do, but still managed to finish 4th.
Yeah, he has the inside post here tonight. And he also was difficult to ride in most of this race as well.
Yes, he was off slowly, got bumped inward, and then he was lugging, racing with his head sideways through the second half of the race. He was hard to ride. The winner of this trial was Quirky Bitty Jess, who ended up finishing 3rd in the final. Now, keep watching this horse around the turn, Jose. Better Version along the inside, the number 1 horse. He's the only horse in the field who galloped out alongside Quirky Bitty Jess. I just love this out of Future Version. Both of his gallops out have been sensational. And by the way, required first, finished 3rd in that race and came out to win a maiden race very impressively also. So strong form lines out of that particular race. He was mired down on the inside rail with all sorts of bother. He did race untractably and was hard to ride, but Jose, he's been gelded since then. I think that we're in for a big improvement. I understand that he's a maiden and that some of these horses against him have won races, but I think we're going to see a better version of Future Version in race number 7 Saturday night.
Yeah, he's. I love that gallop out as well. And we know up to this point, we didn't know that how impressive Quirky Bitty Jess was going to run that night. But she ended up posting the second fastest time that night on trials night, just a tick behind the fastest qualifier. And like you mentioned, the inside spot was not the place to be, and Future Version still ran very well.
Exactly. And, both of these races, look at the winners, Anti-Tempting and Quirky Bitty Jess, horses that ultimately were the fastest and second fastest qualifiers to the Ed Burke. And I just think that gallop out alongside the filly was really something. I must admit, I thought because he's a maiden who's been off the board in each of his 2 starts, that I might get a little better than the 3-1. It's hard to sneak anything past our morning line maker, Mr. Burgard, isn't it? because Corona Rosie, number 2, and the 6 horse In Doubt are very legitimate chances in the race.
Yeah.
And I thought that I might be looking more to 5 or 6 to 1. I was beginning to salivate, and then the morning line comes out, and there he is sitting at 3 to 1. And I rolled my eyes skyward and thought, "Oh, good on you, Ed. You got me again." But I'm still going to make this horse my play for the Saturday night card, because I think there's a lot more to come that we haven't seen between the starting gate and finish line yet.
That guy, Ed Burgard, we can't get anything by him, Michael. He's doing a tremendous job, Mr. It was nice to see him on track. A happy late birthday to Ed Burgard. We saw him there this week at Los Alamitos. So best of luck with here with Future Version and race number 7 on Saturday night. And keep it up with the nice calls during the daytime and nighttime doubleheaders.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Hooroo.
The traditional $2 Pick Six at Los Alamitos is always a great bet. On Sunday, June 5th, the Pick Six had a season-high payout of over $76,000, and the total Pick Six pool was over $128,000. On March 27th, the total Pick Six pool was a meets best $320,000. Plus, on Sunday nights when there's not a carryover, Los Alamitos continues to add $10,000 to the Pick Six pool. Talk about some good old-fashioned Pick Six excitement. The traditional $2 Pick Six, a great bet, a great deal, always at Los Alamitos. Now at Los Alamitos, it's weekends full of thrilling action.
Racing!
With live quarter horse and thoroughbred racing every Saturday and Sunday nights. More races on our weekend night, plus strong fields in our early and late pick 4s. And we're still adding $10,000 into our Pick 6 pool when there's not a carryover going into the Sunday card. It's a great deal in our traditional Pick 6. Don't miss a second of the thrilling action at Los Alamitos.
Racing!
Every Saturday and Sunday nights.
We're back for the weekend preview here for Los Alamitos, now joined by Christopher Wade, your Los Alamitos analyst there, on site from the paddock each and every night. And Chris, we just talked to Michael. He gave us some pick in race 7. You've got a pick for us in race 6, so maybe we combine into a little bit of a pick 3 here. So let's take a look at the past performances here for selections. Past performance for race number 6. And you've got a runner that you like here.
Yeah, you did. Well, this horse, well-bred, well-connected. This horse had an A- and a B++ work prior to a troubled debut, where the horse in the debut got fractious, bumped back and crossed, and finished pretty well. And off that effort, he did come back as a heavy favorite. He was shortening up in distance from that 300-yard debut effort, going to 220 yards, where he broke good and skied a little bit early, gave up a little bit of half a length while lugging out a little bit, but was under a hand shove and put forth a huge run past the gap and was striding out very strong under a hold. And the horse with only 2 lifetime starts with the trouble and track variant. The horse is right along to like a 1790 horse, and this horse is bred to get better, get bigger, better, faster, and stronger with more yardage and more experience. And this horse shows me a lot of talent in both lifetime starts off a good workout pattern prior. And I think with the added yardage, drawn well, and between course there with some gait issues, this horse should break off that 220 and have a clear path and be right there early and late and have a big look in tonight's 6th event. Because the main competition, Price Fix to the outside, did break slow and drift out from the outside post in that second lifetime start. Did finish pretty well for 3rd, but if he does the same thing again, breaks out and drifts out like he did in that much like that last effort, Up for Everything could be on the front end and be yelling, "Catch me if y'all can," there as our top choice in the 6th event. Breaking from post number 6 in that last effort. A little fractious inside the gate.
Post number 4. Post number 4. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Post number 4.
Yes. Number 4 here in this field of 6. Yeah. Up for Everything, post number 4. And what did you see in this race?
Well, he's like a little fractious inside the gate. Broke good. Brushed slightly away from the barrier. And then showed some solid speed right there early. Was kind of skiing a little bit. Under a hand shove, kind of skis out right there midway, but it's a nice sized runner and was striding out very strongly on own and galloped out very strong. And like I said, this horse bred to get bigger, better, faster, and stronger with more experience and more yardage. He gets more yardage here tonight. And off that 220 when breaking good, he should be right near the lead because he's drawn up against a couple of horses that have some gait issues. So he should have a clear path away from the gate. And like I said, the main contender, Price Fix to the outside, did break outward away from the gate last time. He's drawn on the outside once again. And if he does that, Up for Everything could have a clear path for the wire and be tough to catch on the stretch out there for Scott Willoughby and Quality Connection. So I'll give him a look here as our top choice, one of our better plays in the racing card.
I do agree that both this race looks like to go through Up for Everything and Price Fixer. Price Fixer gets the outside post once again. I'm interested to see who actually goes favorite at post time. Price Fixer is 5-2, where Up for Everything is 2-1, and even VGK Firefly, who's 7-2 on the board. But there's the replay for Up for Everything, the horse that Chris likes here this Saturday night in race number 6. And also, Chris, nice job with your selections last weekend. You stayed hot throughout. On Sunday, I believe your best bet and your price play got the job done.
Yeah, we got you back from the previous week when you did the same thing.
Yes.
Your prices are a little bit better, but we got the job done.
Yes.
Like our price play did get home at 7-1.
Yeah.
He got it by a nose, and he broke pretty well. He had much trouble in his prior effort, and last time he broke pretty well and got up there by a nose over Don Ferris's rail run on the inside. And our best bet got the expected trip with all that speed signed on. They set up his turn time, and he finished very strongly. A win well there, kicking off. I think it was a pick 6 there with a prize. Yeah. Well, second choice it was.
Yeah. So nice job. I hope you stay hot, and best of luck here with Up for Everything in race number 6 on Saturday night.
All right.
All right, welcome back. This is Michael and Chris. Gave us selections there for races 6 and 7. Why don't we keep a little bit of a continuation going here? And I'll take a look at a horse that I like in race number 5. Race number 5 here on Saturday night, the night of the Governor's Cup Futurity Trials. Here's the past performances here for the 5th event, which is the second trial of the evening. This is the start of the late pick 4. You can see Mornings with Maria is going to be the 2-1 morning line favorite there on Ed Burgart's morning line coming out of the Kindergarten Futurity. I'm going to look all the way towards the outside in gate number 8, Hey Shaker, who's listed as a first-time gelding here tonight. He's coming out of that Futurity trial on May 29th, and he was in gate 2 on this night of trials night, and he had a tough trip. And not only was it a tough trip, I thought, but also it was the inside was not the place to be on this trials night. Let's take a look at this replay here. Okay, here's a replay for Hey Shaker. Gate number 2 is where he was at this day of trials, and he's going to break a little bit sluggish, I thought, in this spot. Right there, he get a little bit nervous beforehand. He has a path to run here, but then he gets floated in a bit right there, and then it becomes intimidation right here. He looks uncomfortable right there in between horses. At this point, the rider's hands go quiet, but he's not losing ground. He's still a little bit eager. You can see he's galloping out very strongly. The final eighth was a very good 9.61 here. And watch his gallop out. He's still finishing with some run here. I just thought the inside was not the place to be that day of trials. And also, it wasn't the most comfortable trips, I thought, for Hey Shaker. So I'm looking for a better bounce back performance. And hopefully the outside post is the place to be for Hey Shaker. So there it is. There's a horse that I like on Saturday night. Hey Shaker, drawing gate 8 in race number 5 from Paul Jones and Jose Nicasio. Jose Nicasio jumping aboard for the first time. All right. Thank you to Chris and Michael for joining us and giving us some nice winners in the last couple of weeks, especially Chris, who got hot last week. Let's see if the show can stay on a good roll this upcoming week of Governor's Cup Futurity Trials on Saturday. Before we let you go, we're going to recap a couple of races from last weekend via some interviews via Professor G. First, we'll show you the replay for Cattail Cove winning the Independence Day Handicap. He'll catch up with Lynn Newcomb. And then we'll show you the impressive Empressum taking down the Vessel's Maturity and stamping his way into a berth into the Champion of Champions. And then we'll catch up with winning trainer Heath Taylor. So enjoy these race replays and these interviews following after the race via Professor G and the respective connections. And we'll see you next week here on the weekend preview for Los Alamitos Race Course. We'll see you at the races here this weekend. Have a good night.
Set. Racing. Cattail Cove begins smoothly and sweetly. So does Milan Red off the inside. They're all up there with a chance. Just Beautiful Fire, Seattle Cartel and Sea Special Jess. It's Milan Red and Cattail Cove. Cattail Cove charging into the lead. It's Cattail Cove's moment to shine as he records a richly deserved stakes win, taking the Independence Day Handicap beneath Ramon Sanchez.
Tell me how this win felt.
It was great. He certainly deserves it. It took 29 tries, and he's been in lots of stakes races and been right there. But he ran a great race tonight, and he was drawn well. Ramon did a great job. So thanks to him and Juan for getting the horse ready.
You told me that you've been waiting for a stakes win for a while as well.
Yeah,
Tell me about your last one.
The last stakes win I had was in the 2 million in 2002, so almost 20 years ago, which is remarkable because I've had lots of seconds and thirds, but I haven't had a stakes win since 20 years ago.
Cattail Cove, more reasons for him to be special. He's had so many big races, ran second in the 2 million here at Los Alamitos. What does this effort rank compared to all those, like you said, outstanding efforts against those big horses?
The 2 million comes with 300,000 plus, so it's a little bit hard to outrank that. But it's, it's right there. It's a stakes win. It's a graded stakes win. So I'm proud of him, and he just deserves it so much. I've always wanted him to be listed first under his mother's name, and now he will be listed first under his mother's name. He needed the stakes win for that.
Congratulations. Great night.
Right. Thank you.
You can run reloading. Ready again. Grade 1 Vessel's Maturity. Racing. Empressum begins alertly. So does Mr. Tornado from the inside, together with Valiant and Up and Atom and Monopolist as well. And Circle City is starting to come home well, but Empressum out wide has charged a long way clear. This horse really sets the pulse racing. He is an excitement machine. Empressum with another exhilarating exhibition to win the Vessel's Maturity.
He's just really settled in well and did train really well between the trials and finals. You never know how they're going to come back. He ran a really strong, fast race the first time, but he's done really well and trained really well, and he's felt great, ate great. And, a lot of the people here has been here a long time, a lot of the local trainers, they really like the draw. I didn't know if it would be okay or not be okay. I mean, sometimes it can be an advantage. Sometimes, back when I was here before many years ago, mostly though with 2-year-olds, boy, you get in the Futurity Finals, you just pray not to get to 10. And but it's a professional horse, a professional rider, and of course he does run with a flipping halter, and obviously the success he's had. The horse has been an exceptional gate horse, but you don't really want to change any kind of equipment when the horses are running like that. So, I thought, man, with the 10, he's going to have to load first, which that's part of it. And so there was just I just wanted him to get a good, clean start up on his feet and go straight. And but the horse is just, he's fast. He's really fast horse.
And it seemed like when he got out of the gate, he kind of went a little bit outside. And then once he started rolling and I think Rodrigo starts seeing, okay, where is my competition at? And he just kind of led him a little bit to the inside.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. He broke a little bit to the outside. I think he said one of his back left legs, his hind leg slipped just a little tiny bit because he tried to break really fast, and it kind of just shot him out that way because it's almost like a drag car. He just so fast that, it's hard to keep him. But he said that he drifted out just a little bit, but then once that he saw that he was clear and in a good smooth stride, and he started bringing him back in a little bit, and he was very guidable. But it's exactly like you called it. That's what happened.
Beyond my imagination that he could continue to do what he's doing, and he's a special horse, and he knows that he's very special. And I give a lot of credit to Steve You know, Steve raised him from a baby, took care of him, and the horse seems like he knows he's a star right now.
He's definite star. Everybody knows he is a great star. Tell us about the horse and racing him.
You know, he was just a really smart, kind of standoffish baby, but just anything you could do with him, he'd pick it up immediately. And, you know, I halter break him, I do it all, and he was just a real blessing to have at the house. Really intelligent. And Jeff named him because he's always just a real coat that you know, catch your eye, and so Jeff said we got to name him something special.
Yeah.
And so he come up with Empressum, and we tweaked the spelling and got that name. So I give him that credit.
Wins the Charger bar. Favourite Colossus in a photo finish. Favourite Colossus. Able to dig even a point to prove. Flashback.